Hi everyone, this is Adam Weiser, the project director of the Illinois Self-Advocacy Alliance. We call ourselves Alliance for short. During our presentation, we ask all attendees to mute themselves so that it is easier for everyone to hear. You may choose to either leave your camera on or turn it off. If you want to connect with the presenter or the Alliance, please use the chat box. You can also raise your hand if you want to speak. We will have time for questions and answers at the end of the presentation. When the presentation ends, a 5-question survey will pop up on your screen. We ask that you consider completing the survey as your feedback is important. This presentation is being recorded and will be placed on the Alliance's YouTube channel. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel where we have more than 140 recorded presentations that are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days of the year. Today, we will learn about Illinois ABLE accounts. ABLE stands for Achieving a Better Life. ABLE accounts that change the way individuals with disabilities and their families can participate in the community. ABLE accounts change the way they plan for their financial futures. ABLE accounts are easy to open. ABLE accounts are easy to manage. ABLE accounts are controlled by the account owner. ABLE accounts are used to help with everyday living expenses and long-term purchase plans. ABLE accounts allow for savings and investments that are tax deductible. ABLE accounts do not prevent account owners from receiving SSI or SSDI. We will have an overview of Illinois ABLE account basics, including eligible adults with legal capacity will understand their options to open and manage their account. Authorized individuals, also called A1, will understand their role and responsibilities. Authorized individuals will understand the order of priority and certification requirements, awareness of essential plan documents, forms and resources, checklists of next steps to prepare to open an Illinois ABLE account. Our presenter is Rosemary Ladani. Rosemary joined the Illinois Treasurer's Office in 2015 after many years in other governmental agencies and the private sector and transitioned to Illinois ABLE in 2018. She is disabled and can speak directly to others in the community about the benefits of Illinois ABLE. Rosemary has also been a successful community activist on numerous issues, including disability issues, for over 20 years. Welcome, Rosemary.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome. So let's get started. We're going to start with a little disclaimer. The information provided in this webinar is not intended to provide legal, tax, benefits, or investment advice. You should consult your own financial, tax, legal, or benefits advisor for your specific circumstances. The Illinois ABLE Plan Disclosure Booklet contains more information about the plan, including investment objectives, risks, fees, and expenses. You should read it carefully before opening an account. You can obtain the Plan Disclosure Booklet at illinoisable.com website or by calling customer service. This information is subject to change. So Adam already went through the planned learning outcome, so I'm going to skip this and we'll get right into the basics of ILL-ABLE. So ILL-ABLE stands for Achieving a Better Experience, just like Adam said. This is a tax advantage account that people with disabilities can own to save and invest money for expenses related to living with a disability. This is a financial savings product that protects your benefits such as SSI, SSDI, and Medicaid. And it's just one tool in the disability toolbox. for planning for your future. It can be used as a standalone or can be used to complement a special needs trust. Common reasons folks open an ill-able account. So first, it helps an individual with a disability to save beyond asset caps without risking their public benefits, such as SSI and Medicaid. It also helps individuals to save money for things they want today, tomorrow, and in the future. It also helps individuals with disabilities stop worrying about the unnecessary spend down at the end of the month. Traditionally, if you have a regular checking or savings account and you're receiving SSI benefits, you can only have $2,000 in your checking or savings account. But with ill-able, you don't have to worry about that $2,000 limit. So if you have an ill-able account, you can still receive your SSI benefits and save up to $100,000 in your ill-able account. Assets in the ill-able account are not counted toward asset limits set by Medicaid and HUD, so they do not count that money when they assess your need for benefits. And then anyone can contribute to an ill-able account. And one of the best things that we've done is any Illinois taxpayer that gives a gift or contributes money to an ill-able account is able to take an Illinois state tax deduction when they do their taxes every year. If you file as an individual, it's $10,000. If you file jointly, it's $20,000. And this is so popular that self-preparation software like H&R Block and TurboTax has a whole section in the Illinois state tax section that walks you through how to get your deduction with ill-able. So, features of an ill-able account. The eligible person is always the person with the disability, and the person with the disability is always the account owner and beneficiary. So it's not a guardian or a parent, it's always the person with the disability. And currently, up until December 31st of 2024, you can put $18,000 into your ABLE account from all sources. Starting on January 1st, 2025, the number is going to go to $19,000. We just got this announcement on Friday. So that means next year in 2025, you can contribute $19,000 from all sources. And then if you are not worried about your benefits, so if you are not worried about preserving your SSI benefits or you don't receive SSI benefits, you're not worried about that $100,000 limit, and you can actually keep up to $500,000 in the account. So, features of an account. An Illinois ABLE account is available to any U.S. citizen or resident alien that lives in any state or U.S. military base. And then there's only one account per disabled individual nationwide. The accounts are tied to your Social Security number, so you can have only one account. So for example, I myself am disabled and I have an ill-able account. I can't go next door to Iowa or to Indiana and open a second and third account. It's only one person, one Social Security number, and one account. And then again, an ABLE account is an alternative to or an add-on to a special needs trust. And again, you can use this for paying housing and utilities. So currently, you have to have your disability start before the age of 26. Now, this is going to be changing because of a law that was passed. So in the year 2026, it's going to go from the age 26 to the age 46. Currently, it's age 26. And then one of the next three things has to be true. So the disability started before the age of 26. and the person is entitled to SSI or SSDI, or the disability started before the age of 26, and the person has a condition that's on the Social Security Administration's compassionate allowance list, or the disability started before the age of 26, and the person is blind or has a medically determinable physical or mental impairment that it results in marked and severe functional limitations that is expected to last longer than 12 months and has a written diagnosis from a physician on file. We never ask you to submit your diagnosis. You keep that for your records. You don't have to send anything in proving your disability or your disability status. Again, you would just have to check a box when you do your enrollment, either online or on the paper form, and you are good to go. And you don't have to be younger than 26 to have an ill-able account or open an ill-able account. I myself am much older than 26. My disability started at birth. So when the plan started several years ago, even though I was older than 26, I opened my ABLE account. Likewise, if we have a young child, 5, 6 years old, even an infant, as long as they have a Social Security number and a written diagnosis from their physician, their parent or guardian can open an account on their behalf. So, qualified disability expenses. This is what you spend the money on. So, we call them QDEs. And a qualified disability expense allows an individual with disability to maintain and improve their health, their quality of life, and independence. So that's what you're supposed to spend this money on. When the law was written, it was written very, very broadly to include things such as groceries and rent and anything that you might have associated with having an apartment or a house or a group home type setting. And then qualified disability expenses are not limited to medically necessary items or that provide no benefits for others in addition to the account owner. So you don't need a prescription or a diagnosis from a physician to spend money for a qualified disability expense. And then there are no limit of the number of withdrawals that you can make or the amount of withdrawals that you can make, as long as they're for qualified disability expenses. So as long as you have money in the account, you can take out as much as you want whenever you need it. Again, as long as it's for a qualified disability expense. And then earnings and withdrawals are tax-free to account owners as long as they're for qualified disability expenses. So no penalties, no fees, no withdrawal taxes, as long as it's for a qualified disability expense. So some examples of qualified disability expense. Education. This could be a 2-year college. This could be a 4-year college. This could be for classes at a park district or an art school, or going to a cosmetology school or going to school. Again, houses could be for rent or mortgage, heating, electricity, garbage pickup, whatever you may need, groceries for your home or your living situation. And then transportation. This covers everything: Uber, taxi cabs, buses, trains, planes, renting a disabled vehicle, buying a disabled vehicle. You can use your money for any of those items. And employment training or job coaching. So if you're looking for a job and you need training, if you need classes, if you need someone to write a resume, if you need someone to help you coaching on an interview skill and you need to pay for it, you can use your ABLE money for that. And then assistive technology. This is probably our biggest area. So for example, if you need a special laptop, if you need software for your laptop, if you need a special cell phone, if you need special equipment on your cell phone, if you need a ramp on a house, if you need to retrofit a restroom, if you need to raise or lower something in the house to allow you easy access, you can use your ABLE money. We had a young lady who just got her first apartment in Chicago, and she is totally hearing impaired. So she used her ABLE money to help defray the cost to retrofit her apartment and her doorbell. So instead of a sound or a song playing when someone pressed her doorbell, the lights now flash in her apartment so that she knows when someone's at the door. And then personal support services. So if you need someone to travel with you, if you need someone to do grocery shopping, if you need someone to drive you places, you can use your ABLE money to pay for that. Healthcare prevention and wellness. So these are things that are above and beyond what your medical insurance may pay. If you need over-the-counter medicines, if you need a walker, if you need a wheelchair, if you need a scooter battery, if you need a scooter, whatever you may need, you can use this money for that. Financial management and administrative services. So if you need someone to do taxes, if you need someone to help you learn how to invest, you can have to pay for it. You can use your ABLE money for that. And then legal fees. So money in an ABLE account can be used to obtain a guardianship for someone that has a disability. You can also use it to pay for the cost of establishing a special needs trust. And then oversight and monitoring, if you need anything like that. And then funeral and burial expenses can all be a qualified disability expense. And there's so much more that people spend the money for. Again, you must keep your receipts for all the money that's spent out of an ABLE account. So contributions can come from almost any source. It can come from an account owner or an authorized individual's paycheck with a direct deposit. It can come from money gifts, friends, families, third parties, small inheritances, insurance settlements, tax refunds, distribution from special trust. Check with your attorney depending on the way your trust is set up. Fundraisers. We've had some people that do crowdsourcing fundraisers. For example, we have a young lady who's saving for a new disability equipped vehicle. And she is having crowdsourcing fundraisers to help her raise the money for her vehicle. And then you can roll over another state's ABLE plan, or you can roll over money from a 529 college savings plan. And then you can also deposit your excess benefits for SSA into the account, as long as the person who is doing the depositing is named on the account as either the account owner or an authorized individual. And then we have something called UGift. UGift is like ABLE's Venmo or Zelle. This allows an account owner to get a code to give to family and friends so that they can do a direct deposit into his or her ABLE account. So, ABLE accounts and working account owners. So, ABLE account owners who earn income may be able to contribute additional funds beyond the current $18,000 annual contribution limit. And you can visit illinoisable.com and read the plan disclosure booklet. We have some examples of how this works for individuals who have ABLE accounts. An ABLE account owner that does not participate in an employer-sponsored retirement plan can contribute more money to ABLE than the current $18,000. So, for example, Angel is employed. He is an ABLE account owner, and he's not participating in his employer-sponsored retirement plan. He's going to earn $20,000 in 2024. And you can't put more than the federal poverty limit, which is $14,580. So since Angel's earning $20,000, which is above the poverty level, he can only put an additional $14,580. So that means for 2024, Angel could put $18,000 in plus the additional $14,580 totaling $32,580. And then Jenny is another ill-able account owner who is working. She does not participate in her employer-sponsored retirement plan, and she's going to make $5,000 this year. Again, this is below the poverty level of $14,580. So she can put all $5,000 into the ABLE account, which means the original $18,000 plus the $5,000, which equals $23,000 for the 2024 year. So Illinois ABLE with working account owners incentivizes working and allows you to save and invest more money in your ABLE account. So when you enroll online, you are going to choose where you place your money in the ABLE account. We don't tell you where to do that. So you would make these choices yourself. So we had Capital Group American Funds, BlackRock, Vanguard, Charles Schwab, and Sallie Mae. These are some of the highest rated investment funds in the country. And you choose where you want to place the money. So you have investment options that go from aggressive to conservative. And it's your choice. So if you choose to put all the money in growth, that's what you would do. If you want to put some of the money in aggressive and some of the money in conservative, that's your choice. There is an annual base fee on the account, and it depends on what you put the money into. So if you put the money into the aggressive option, it's 0.31%, which means that if you put $1,000 into the aggressive option, you're only going to pay $3.10. If you put $1,000 in the conservative option, it's 0.28. So that means you're going to pay $2.80. Again, these are your choices. We also have a Fifth Third checking account. You cannot go to a bank to open this. You have to open this directly through our website at IllAble. And with this checking account, you're going to get a debit card, which is a real live debit card, unlimited check writing, no overdraft fees. It's FDIC insured, and you have access to over 40,000 free ATMs. Again, you cannot open this at a bank or a banking location. So fees. I already talked about bullet point number 2, which is the annual asset-based fees. Again, that's dependent on what option you choose. Then we go to the first option, which is the annual accounts maintenance fees, which we just had a price decrease on. So if you take paper delivery for these information confirmations and statements, it's $56 a year, and that's charged quarterly once every 3 months. So it's $14 a quarter. Or if you take e-delivery of the confirmations and statements, it's $31 a year, and again, charged every 3 months quarterly. It's $7.75. And then lastly, if you have the checking account option, there is a $2 monthly fee for your statement. However, if you take e-delivery or your average monthly balance is $250 or more, that $2 charge is waived. And then if you want checks to go with your checking account, you can purchase a book of checks for $6. And then we've had changes here. What happens when an account owner passes away? So first and foremost, you should know that if you're an account owner, you should name a successor beneficiary if you have one. Now, a successor beneficiary would have to be a sibling that also has a disability. If you name someone as a successor beneficiary that is not a sibling with a disability, they could face penalties and taxes on the money they get from your account. So, first thing to remember is if someone passes away, you can submit funeral and burial expenses to be taken out of the account as a qualified disability expense. And this is where things have changed. Number 2, 180 days after the death of the account owner, The person or entity with the legal authority to administer the account owner's estate can submit an ill-able estate distribution form to release the account's assets and close the account. Number 3, if there is a successor account owner named on the account, the remaining funds will be transferred to that beneficiary. So that's after 180 days. And then here are some of the changes. Important note, the estate Medicaid agency can still recover from the estate based on factors such as the Medicaid benefits received, an individual state Medicaid policy, and the account owner state of residence. But the important thing is here in Illinois, the state Medicaid agency, HFS, recently modified its recovery system and rules for Medicaid recipients who died on or after July 1st, 2022. So they changed the law to state that there are no recoveries allowed against the first $25,000 of estate value. And for more information, you can visit hfsillinois.gov or talk with your legal profession. So again, the new law says that there is no recoveries allowed against the first $25,000. So this just changed. So who can open an ill-able account? So first and foremost, it's someone that's an adult that has legal capacity. That means they are not under guardianship. If you are an adult with legal capacity, you can open an account and manage an account for yourself. If you're an eligible adult with legal capacity, you can also ask for help and grant power of attorney to a trusted person or entity and name them as an authorized individual, an AI, to help you manage the account. The account owner and the AI have equal signatory authority on the account, and the account owner can always remove the authorized individual, the AI, from the account at any time. So an authorized individual can also open an ABLE account, and they can open an ABLE account on behalf of an eligible minor or an eligible adult without legal capacity. So that means an eligible adult that is under guardianship. And again, an authorized individual can also be an AI if they're granted a power of attorney by an eligible adult with legal capacity. So, roles and responsibilities. An authorized individual is a trusted individual or entity that has legal authority to manage an ABLE account on behalf of the account owner. An authorized individual must always administer the account for the account owner's benefits, and federal law prohibits the authorized individual from acquiring a beneficial interest in an ill-able account during the account owner's lifetime. That means that the AI cannot use funds from the ABLE account to pay themselves for actually administering the account. So, who can serve as an authorized individual? So, on November 20th of 2022, the IRS and the Treasury Department changed the rules of who can be an authorized individual. So first, obviously, if you're an eligible adult with legal capacity, you are the top of the pile. You are at the top of the hierarchy. You can open an account. And then next comes someone who has a power of attorney, and then a legal guardian, spouse, parent, sibling, grandparent, and the bottom is SSA Rep AE. Now, some of these things may overlap. So you may have a power of attorney who is also a parent or a sibling or a grandparent, and they also may be an SSA Rep AE. So some of these things can overlap. So an authorized individual needs to identify themselves of who they are in the hierarchy. And when they enroll online or with the paper application, they're going to have to check a box that certifies under penalty of perjury that they are who they say they are in the hierarchy, and there's no other individual that is willing or able to act as an authorized individual that ranks higher than them on the hierarchy list as a possible authorized individual. So what that means is, for example, if we have a grandparent that opens the account, but there's actually a parent that is above them, the parent can take over the account because they're higher in the hierarchy. And in some cases, you would need to submit documents. Next steps, resources in opening an ill-able account. So you would go to our website, illinoisable.com. On the website, you can sign up for our newsletter, Access Able News and Updates. It comes out once a month. It has tons of information about changes, things that are going on, and you can also obtain brochures online. And this is our website. This is actually our website. So when you come to our website, you're going to see this screen. If you click on the little question mark, you can see our customer service phone number that you can call Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Standard Time. Customer service can answer all of your questions about opening an account, how to open an account, any questions about deposits or how to deposit. So this is your one-stop shop. So you can go to resources, and we're going to go to this form section. So this is where you would find all of the forms that you need for ill-able. So plan disclosure booklet, which we say everyone should read, and then enrollment form. You can do it online or you can download it. Additional contribution forms, change of information form. So the change of information form is where you can change your address, if you move your email, your phone number, whatever you need to change, you can use this form. So if we have a payroll direct deposit, you can complete this either online or you can download it. You can, if you're a rollover coming from a 529 college savings plan, you can use this. And if you work and want to contribute more than the annual limit, you can fill out the Earned Income Contribution Certification form. And then there's a withdrawal request form as well. So you can see everything about an ABLE account here. If you want to look at our investment options, you can go to the investment option area. And you can look at our strategy, our objectives, and our risks. You can also click aggressive price history, and that's going to give you 18 months of how well the plan has done for people that have invested in it. And so there's one for each of the options here. So that's our website. This is the place to go to be able to find out everything you need to know about ABLE. So next steps. What do you need to do for opening an ABLE account? Identify who's going to open the account. Is it going to be a self-advocate that is not under guardianship, that's an adult, or is it going to be an authorized individual? Then read the plan disclosure booklet and then get organized. So you're going to gather information, the AO, the AI, Social Security number, IEN, taxpayer identification number, driver's license, state ID for both the AO and the AI, dates of birth for both the AI and the AO, and then permanent street address and mailing address if it's different, and then checking and savings account or bank routing information if you are going to send money electronically. And then one email address to be used for all communications. So again, you can open an account for as little as $25. You can open the account online, or you can download a paper application and then mail it in. Again, customer service. You can call Monday through Friday. An ABLE account cannot be opened at a bank or a financial advisor or any other entity. And then an ill-able account can be opened by people from other states. And if you don't live in Illinois, always check your own home state first. So that's me. I'm all the way on the far right. My email address is rladani@illinoistreasurer.gov. If you need help, I'm the person for you to contact and talk to. So again, rladani@illinoistreasurer.gov. Okay, I will take questions now.
Yes.
So,
Thank you, Rosemary. This is Christine. We have had quite a few questions that have come in while you were sharing. The first one, does a vacation qualify as a qualified disability expense? I know you mentioned about airplane tickets and buses and trains and all these kinds of things, but does a vacation qualify as a qualified disability expense?
so I can't say yes or no to that.
All
So
right.
currently, the IRS is the only agency in the country that could audit an ABLE account.
All
No
right.
ABLE account has ever been audited. So we don't know if there's anything that they would say that does not qualify for a disability expense. Again, the criteria for a qualified disability expense is to help maintain or improve health, quality of life, or independence of an account owner. So when you keep your receipts, if you were to be audited by the IRS, you would have to justify that expense as filling one of those things. So again, I can't say yes or no on that.
Thank you for that. And I will just, an add on to the receipts was another question. How long should you keep the receipts?
So we always say to keep them for 7 years, just like you would tax documents.
All right. Thank you for that. Another question. What if I move to another state?
So that's a great question. So if you move to another state, you should check out that state's ABLE plan because you may get benefits from living in that state and you may get tax benefits. So check out the new state. And then if you decide to move it out of ill-able to your new home state, you can go ahead and do that. You can move every single penny that's in your account tax-free and penalty-free to your new home state.
And I will just add on to that another question. Does each of the 50 states have ABLE accounts?
No, not all 50 states do. There
Okay.
are 4 states that do not, of which Wisconsin is one of them. So we have
Right.
a lot of folks from Wisconsin that open ill-able accounts.
All right. Here's another question. And you touched on burial expenses if someone, an ABLE account owner, dies. Can you purchase a prepaid funeral plan with the ABLE account money?
Yes.
All right. Here's another one. Can my work earnings be directly deposited into my ABLE account?
Yes, you can do direct deposits directly from your paycheck.
All right. Here's one, and I don't do apps, but a lot of people do. Is there an Illinois ABLE app that I could get on my smart device?
No, we just have our website, which is illinoisable.com.
All right. Here is the last question that I received. How many people in Illinois would you estimate have an ABLE account?
Over 8,000.
All right. Oh, here's another one that came in, and this is in relation to the investing. There's aggressive, there's conservative. Is it possible that I may lose money because the investment doesn't do well?
So let me bring those to that
It
screen.
was a pie chart,
Yep,
I think.
yep, yep.
Okay. As I
So
recall. There you go. Yeah.
So if you look at these, the aggressive through the moderately conservative have stocks and bonds in them. The conservative option has mostly cash. So yes, you could lose money. We have done very well in the past 18 months with little to no effects on the accounts. There's, to tell you some up and coming news, on December 13th, we're going to be offering another investment option that has far, far less risk. Also, we have the checking account option, which has no risk because it's a checking account, and you do earn 2% interest on this account. So, but stay tuned, December 13th, there's a new option coming that's very secure, and we're really excited about it.
Great. Here's another question. If I have an ABLE account, do I get all these updates?
So yes, you are going to get quarterly statements. You're going to get quarterly information statements. We also tell you to sign up for our newsletter, and our newsletter is the first stop for getting all information um, for ABLE. And you can go directly to our website, and I'll show you that right now. And you can go to the Access Able newsletter area, and you can click the sign up button, and that comes out once a month. And everything new, all the news that I'm telling you today, any new news comes out in our newsletter once a month around the 17th of the month, depending on what day that falls on. But again, you're going to get statements and confirmations from us. You're going to get annual information from us with the plan. And then if you sign up for the newsletter, you're going to be totally covered on information.
All right. I had one final question that came in. What if I don't like the ABLE account? Can I take all my money out of it and close it?
So if you don't like the ABLE account, once the money's in there, you still have to spend the money on qualified disability expenses. You can't just take the money out, you have to spend the money.
Okay.
So find some qualified disability expenses, spend your money on that, and you can close the account.
All right. Thank you. You have answered all the questions that have come in. I appreciate that.
Wonderful. No problem. And again, please contact me if anyone has any questions down the road or if someone needs help.
Yes. So, Rosemary, on behalf of the Illinois Self-Advocacy Alliance, thank you so much for sharing this information today. I hope that everyone has gotten a little bit more familiar with the Illinois ABLE account, and at least you are able to get to the website to look for more information or to call them to ask the questions to see if this is right for you. All right, everyone. Take care. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.